Okay, here's the video on standard form. Now, since we have a much shorter class on Wednesday, I'm asking that you guys watch this and go through this to prepare ourselves, since we don't have as much time on Wednesday due to the PSAT. So here's standard form. It's pretty simple. It looks like, this right here. You have some number A times X. A, B, and C are all numbers, and then you have X's and Y's there. Where A is greater than 0, A and B, you can't have A and B both be 0. One of them could be 0, but you can't have both of them being 0. And C, they're all numbers. So as we scroll down, the reason that we like standard form is it makes finding the x-intercept and the y-intercept much easier to find. So here's our standard form again. So it says you can use, let me zoom in here. There you go. You can use the coefficients of this form of an equation to find the x-intercept, the y-intercept, and the slope. So given the equation, again, here's the equation, ax plus by equals c. To find the x-intercept and the y-intercept, we're going to use what is called, or it's not really called anything, but basically, if I want to find the x-intercept, all you do is cover up the b. So if I cover up the b, then you just solve. So here's the b, I can actually remove the b. Let me see if I can draw here. Let's change colors. I can cross it out, just cross it out. And so now I'm left with just ax equals c. Divide by a, divide by a, x equals c over a. It's pretty simple. When I'm finding the x-intercept, I cross out the y. Okay. Now the same thing goes, let's undo all this. The same thing goes for finding the y-intercept. It's not going to let me. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So here again is ax plus by equals c. So if I'm finding the y-intercept, I can just cross out the x and then solve. So y equals c over b. Okay, pretty simple. Okay, and I'll show you here in a second what that looks like. It's very, very simple. So, and C says write ax plus by equals c in slope-intercept form. Remember that slope-intercept form is when the y is by itself. So we need to move everything over except for the y. We're going to solve for y. So here's what it looks like. I'm going to subtract the ax. So I'm left with by equals negative ax plus c. And then divide everything by b. So I get y equals negative a over bx plus c over b. So that's using slope-intercept, using the standard form and changing it back into slope-intercept. Now let's actually look at it with some numbers. because it looks pretty complicated when you have just letters. When we look at it with just numbers, it's much easier. So it says write the standard form if a were to equal 0. So here again is our standard form, ax plus by equals c. So now a equals 0, so I have 0x plus, and then b is -1, -1y equals c, which is 3. Now the 0, okay, 0x just simply cancels out. So this crosses out. And you're left with just negative this -1y equals 3. So just divide by -1, divide by -1, and y equals -3. So y intercepts and x intercepts. So a is 0, and that's it. So it says B, graph the line on the grid. So the grid is over here. And then it says to find the slope. So we can find the slope by putting it in the y equals mx plus b format. Now, first of all, it says that y equals -3. That is a y line. So if you remember, y lines are horizontal. Horizontal, what's going to be the slope of a horizontal line? Okay, remember, horizontal lines go like this. So what's the slope of a line that goes like this? Okay, hopefully you got that at 0. So when we go to graph this over here, y equals -3. y -3. And then we draw a horizontal line. It's not a very good one, but that's it. Okay, so that is how to use standard form. Now let's look if b equals 0. So again, here's ax plus by equals c, and we're going to put b equaling 0. So a is 1, so I have 1x plus 0y equals -6. Again, here's a, b, c. This will just cross out. So I'm left with 1x equals -6. Or, in other words, x equals -6. Now, x lines, okay, an x line is a vertical line. Okay, x lines go like this. They go vertically. So x equals -6. The slope is going to be undefined. Okay, m is undefined because it's vertical. So let's go back over to our graph. X is -6. X is -6 right here. And we draw a vertical line. Okay, so that's that. Let's go on to the next page here. So here again is a problem, and I'm going to actually zoom in a little further so we have more room here. It says write 3x plus 2y equals 8 in slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept is y equals. So we need to get y by itself. So I'm going to subtract 3x minus 3x. So cross out. Okay, so I have 2y equals -3x plus 8. Then just simply divide everything by 2. So y equals -3 over 2x plus 4. That's it. We can also write this right here. This is point slope. Notice how the slope is right here, and then you're given a point. Here's the x, here's the y. We can do this and put it, we can even put that in standard form. Standard form has the x's and the y's on the same side, and then the number on the other side. Let's see, if you look over here, okay, it has the x and the y on the left side, and then the number on the right side. So let's do some math here first. We need to distribute. So I have y minus 7 equals 2x plus 2. Now I need to get the x's and y's on the same side. So this is going to need to go over here. And then my numbers that that are not x's and y's, like the negative 7, needs to go over here. So how we do that is since the 2x is going to cross the equal sign, I need to do the opposite. So it's minus 2x minus 2x. This will cancel. And then over here, I'm going to add 7 and add 7. Those will cancel. So what it now looks like, now remember in standard form the x comes first. So I'm going to write the x first. I'm going to negative 2x on this side, then plus the y equals 7 plus 2 is 9. And that's now back in standard form. If you didn't understand, go one step at a time. In here, I distributed, got 2x plus 2. I moved the 2x over here by subtracting 2x. That's how I got the negative 2x on this side. And then this minus 7, since the numbers need to go on this side, I added 7 over here to the 2, which makes it 9. Okay. All right. So I'm going to let you practice 6, 7, and 8. You only have to go to 8, so you're going to practice 6, 7, and 8, and then I will write the answers here so you can check your answers. Go ahead now, pause the video so you can answer 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so there are your answers. We will go over this when we come into class on Wednesday. If you have any questions, just please let me know. All right, you can send me a message on Canvas or send me an email.